to the NBA All-Star Game, I got two things to ask you about it.
Okay.
One, what do you think of Melo possibly missing the game due to this fatigued arm he has? And two, what do you think of KG saying this is his last All-Star game when you know he's playing at least another 2 years?
Well, I'll answer the KG one first because I feel like that answers a tad bit. I feel like I got an easy answer for both. Look, KG, this should be your last All-Star game. What's it, his 17th? 16th? One of those two numbers. This man deserves to be in All-Star games. It's not like he doesn't deserve it. But sooner or later, you're the old guard. It's time for you to move on. Let some of these younger guys get in. Because it's not that I have no issue watching Kevin Garnett play basketball. None. Even at this age, I have no issue with that man playing basketball, especially because, we sat here minutes ago and just said they don't play any defense. KG's one of those guys, first quarter or fourth quarter, he's playing defense. He's not going to let you make him look like a fool because the fans are going to like it. He's not one of those guys. He refuses. So on that aspect, I think he's great to have in the All-Star game. But on the other side, it's like, you know what? We've watched you now for 16 years. We've watched you be a high-flyer entertainer. We've watched you be a post guy. We've watched you just been, now he's more the old guy that sort of plays a couple minutes out of respect, and then he just, goes and sits on the bench and has fun with, his peers and guys that he plays with. But this should be it. I have no issue with that because you know what?
But even if he gets elected, if the fans vote him in, he shouldn't go?
Then I think if the fans want to vote him in and they want him to be a part of it, then let him be like a player coach. So it's almost like an extra guy on the roster where he can go out there, he can play a minute or two, be out there for maybe the first possession, and then let him just hang out and have a good time. Look, I don't think there should be a ban on him. Like, I don't think the NBA should be like, you know what, after 15 years, we're capping guys. No more after 15, I don't think anything like that.
Let me present it to you this way. Do you think there's any possibility KG retires after this year?
I think if they won a ring, he would.
Let's just say more than likely they're not winning a ring.
No.
If he doesn't win a ring, could he be saying this as he's almost foreshadowing that, like, look, listen, Ray Allen's not here anymore. We got a bunch of younger big men that are coming up. Could be time for me to step aside. I really don't feel like going to a new team. My time just could be up.
I think if he knew the odds were that he'd be traded, then I think he would go with retirement. But I think if he won a championship this year, he would go with retirement. But I think if he knows he's a Celtic and he knows he's with Pierce and Rondo next year and Doc's still their head coach.
Rondo, you can't expect at the start of the season.
But you know what I'm trying to say. Like, just like if he can go into the next season expecting to still be on a competitive team with the guys that he has obviously developed a relationship with as friends and not just guys he goes and plays basketball with, I think he stays. But if there's trade talk and anything like that kind of stuff starts happening in the offseason, I wouldn't be surprised if he retires. I don't think he's a guy that makes that choice, though, immediately after the season, no matter what. Like, Garnett, to me, is a guy that he's smart enough that he's going to take himself a couple weeks, maybe a month or so, and then make his choice on whether he's retiring enough, which is enough time for Boston to figure out what they want to do. It's not like he'd be screwing them out of, something.
Yeah.
So, and then when it comes down to, the hell was the other question?
Melo
missing the All-Star game. As a fan, just a basketball fan, don't really like it. If I'm a Knicks fan, I don't have an issue with it at all because to me, I care more about what he looks like playing when he wears the white and orange than I care about him wearing some blue uniform on an All-Star
that's the thing
court.
is that he's not gonna, he's not really in any of the skills or dunk competition. And again, I don't have a problem with him missing this game either. I'd actually almost prefer it because it would give him the extra rest. If your arm's tired, rest it, my friend. Rest it for a week. You got a week off. Take it. Run with it. Get healthy. because we need you to turn it on down the stretch. And lately, he's hit a little bit of a streak, a little funk lately. Just hasn't been himself. Still scoring, still putting up points, but shooting. I mean, the other night, I think he was, 5 for 24? An awful night shooting against the Raptors the other night.
Yeah, and I think it's a good look. If it helps him be ready for the playoff push, that's the bottom line. Because Knick fans are way more concerned with winning a championship, or let's be serious, Knick fans just want to win a freaking playoff series right now. They want to get past that hump first before they're like, let's win a ring. Knick fans are not stupid. They know the process that their team needs to go through to be at that level. So what's more important? Watching our best player from our team go play in a game that means absolutely nothing other than it's entertainment for friends and a couple days off from playing? Or would we rather him take those couple days off, know he's taking ice baths and going to massages? Because, let's be serious. If he doesn't go to All-Star Weekend, you know that man's going to be living the life over the next couple days with massages and treatments and this and that and the whole 9 yards to get ready. But I think that, to me, is also a sign of Carmelo Anthony growing up, too. I don't know if you agree with me or disagree. I felt like Melo has sort of been you could sort of see an immaturity in him at times throughout his career. I'm not saying this year. I probably wouldn't even say last year. But I just felt like you could sort of see an immaturity with him, and he was still growing up. If he chooses to stay away from the All-Star game so that he can be ready for the playoff push, that to me is just a sign of maturity from a guy that knows what really matters. And him having a fatigued shooting arm is not a very good thing to have happen when you get to the playoffs. So you give yourself 4 days off, 5 days off, because they didn't play. They played on Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
So they're going to have 5 days off. They don't go back to basketball until Tuesday is the first day back to games.
Yeah, and I think they actually don't play till Wednesday.
All right, so almost 7 full days without any physical basketball contact. Maybe 5 if they practice on Monday.
Yeah.
All right, so maybe 5 days. Either way, that's a really good thing. You're talking about cutting out a couple thousand shots off of that arm.
Yeah.
Giving that arm a break.
Yeah.
And let's be serious. They need Melo if they want to go anywhere in the playoffs.
Absolutely.
More than probably any other player, other than maybe Felton and Chandler. I'd put those 3 guys as the 3 guys the Knicks need to have to make a solid push in the playoffs. Those 3 men pretty much are the backbone of that team.
Yeah.
Your pick and roll with Tyson Chandler and Felton, and your ISO with with Melo. So let's go through real quick, pick our winners for the contest. We jumped up to 11 people. I put out a tweet about tell us your favorite part. Hopefully people will agree, disagree with us. My favorite part, though, is actually the game more than anything else. The game itself is my favorite part. The dunk contest used to be, but now that the best dunkers and most famous names don't do it anymore, I've sort of lost an interest in the dunk contest. I was just watching yesterday.
Well, give them to me, because we're running out of time fast here.
Gerald Green from Indiana, Terrence Ross from Toronto, James White from the New York Knicks, Eric Bledsoe from the Clippers, who is the shortest player in it. I believe he's only 6'1". Only 6'1". Jeremy Evans from Utah, and Kenneth Faried from Denver. So who do you like? Who's winning it?
Faried's the manimal, right?
Faried is the manimal.
I'm going with the manimal.
That sucks because that's who I wanted to pick, but we gotta go different. So you know what I'll do for you? I'll take the New York Knicks, just for fun.
You have fun with that. I'm going manimal.
Yeah, he would be the guy. Kenneth Faried, I think, is going to be a lot of fun to watch.
Manimal.
I'll go with James White from the Knicks just for the hell of it.
So who we got in the 3-point contest?
3-point contest. Really? It got rid of my... Sorry. I thought I had numerous windows open. Instead, I have to go back and click. Anyway, 3-point contest off the top of my head. I actually don't know. Oh, there we are. Oh, this is the skills challenge. So this is the one we're going to do now.
Okay.
Tony Parker won last year. He's returning to defend his title. You got Tony Parker, Damian Lillard, Jeremy Lin, Drew Holiday, Brandon Knight, and Jeff Teague.
I'm going returning champion. I'm going Tony Parker again.
Returning champion Tony Parker. I'm going to go with the hometown kid. And I'm going to take Mr. Jeremy Lin.
Okay.
I'm going to go with the hometown kid. It's in Houston. So I'm going to go with Jeremy Lin. I like that. I actually was considering Damian Lillard because of this freakish season he's having this year, but I decided not to. All right. Last but not least, out of the contest, 3-point contest, Paul George, Kyrie Irving, Steve Novak, Ryan Anderson, Matt Bonner, or Stephon Curry from Golden State.
This is where I'm going with our boy Novak.
You know what? I don't want to pick another Nick, so instead, you know what? I'll go with Kyrie Irving. Why the hell not? I don't know how the man ended up in the 3-point contest because I never really looked at him as a 3-point shooter. Why not, though? Kyrie Irving, Paul George. I like the Eastern Conference group out of this whole thing.
And who you got, the East or the West winning?
I've got the... Ooh, it's always so hard to call. I'm going to go with the East. I feel like the East is a little more entertaining.
I got the East as well. Who you got, Shaq's team or Barkley's team?
I believe it's Shaq with Damian Lillard and...
I don't know. Just pick one.
Damn it. Whoever has Damian Lillard and Kyrie Irving as their backcourt is the one I want.
I don't know which one that is, so you got to just pick a name.
Team
Shaq.
Chuck.
So you're going Barkley. I'm going to go Shaq then. I hope I got Lillard and Irving.
If you do, I'm gonna come back on the show on Monday and tell you that you cheated.